Pedras velhas, que são casas para quem quiser passar. Onde a vida, onde há brilho com
Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. I had no idea it was that late. Dang, man. Some mornings I get caught up in my trades. I'll be honest, I'm a trader. So if you know what it's like, then you're like me. You're in the trade. You're going in and out of it. You're figuring it out. Some days I'm in the group, helping people in the group so much I forget to even be here on the live. So it's all about the Discord and all about each and every one of you. God bless everybody here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you so much for your constant viewership, support, and your love. And we hope you have a wonderful day today. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce here from 104.5 to 103.8 actually, and getting a nice little bounce here back to the upside. Master Frank called on a nice little stop hunt that I actually got hunted on. But man, my model didn't play out with my 21-day moving average. I was kind of flabbergasted. The last 3 nights in a row, I woke up to gains. I expected the gains again, you know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Appreciate each and every one of you. However, I did wake up to some massive gains. Let's talk about the massive gains in the trading group that I made last night and that I believe is going to continue to the upside. This AI agent, this girl can actually talk and have a conversation. She live streams. I watched her live. I watched her interview with another YouTuber. It's amazing. Yeah, you clown me, Master Friend. I appreciate it. Straight up. But hey, man, it happens, right? Sometimes I'm right, you're wrong. It's okay. If anything, you helped a lot of people, man, and I got to always remember that. And you know what? I got to throw my pride against the wall and just say, hey, I'm not always right, man. You know what I mean? I'm a human being. If I expected to be 100%, then I wouldn't expect to be human. So God bless everybody here on the live. We love you. We appreciate you. You got to stay positive every single day, no matter what they throw at you, no matter how hard it gets. It's going to look bleak sometimes. It's going to look like there's nothing happening. You know what I mean? It's going to look like they're going to throw everything at you, but somehow, some way, you're going to make it. Anyway, I like this coin a lot. I've watched her in action. She does it. She does it, baby. And what is she? She's an AI human. Like, she can actually have conversations. She can live stream. She can talk, right? She's the first video AI agent that I haven't seen anything like this, honestly. So get ready for Leia AI. And I got in early, of course, at $10 million market cap. I don't know the company. I didn't get any pre-sale, none of that. I do my own research. But this thing looks hot to me, you know. I found it through my deep dives, and then it, you know, I did my own research, and I felt like it was worth adding to my portfolio. She's up pretty nicely today, too. I believe I'm up about 4,000 in 10 hours, too. Like we're not, you know what I mean? So Leah, yeah, right there. Yeah, up $3,900. So she's moving for me. Leia AI, I like to see that. So yeah, booming. And then my Colin maybe still holding about 12,000. We put about, I don't know, 3,000 in there. And Hive up a nice 1,000. I put, that thing is moving too. So, and I'm going to talk about why I like Hive too later on the show. But the first AI agent I have to discuss, man, is the power of Leia AI. She's hot. Her market cap is tiny. And I don't know if Colin get to $30 million market cap, then Leia AI is going to, you know what I mean? And there's agents that don't have what she has that have gone further. So I just don't see how it's not going to happen. All right. Again, it's a quick narrative, in and out. It may not last forever. But I definitely see how this thing could get to a $300-400 million market cap. If you can look, here is my entire portfolio. And Buzz ripping. Look, Leia AI is up. Buzz is up huge. I put this up to the trading group last night. Look at the size of that candle, and it held very, very nicely. Buzz continued to do damage. Again, I researched these, and I can see what makes sense. It's speculative in nature, but I can be like, you know what? This is going to likely make some gains. I see this in a flag, too, that could continue to the upside. I'm watching Buzz intently here. With a $170 million market cap, this thing is hot. Hive, baby, Hive. So, again, if you want to find out what it is, and we're going to break down Bitcoin. I know you're fiending to find out. But a modular network of interoperable DeFi agents. I mean, this is hot. You see what I'm saying? It can basically do all the DeFi for you. It can take care of so many different things, and it knows way more than you. And it can do cross-chain liquidity. It's just, this is going to be big, man. Anyway, not every one of these is going to be amazing, but a few of them are going to be really what the real deal, and they're going to help you. They can trade for you. They can, balance portfolios. It's kind of endless, and it's as creative as you want to get. It's as creative as you want to get with it. Okay. Wow, Bitcoin bouncing right back down to 104.5. It is a vicious day to be trading. I am not in a trade right now. I watched the price action and I saw, man, there, My model is to trade the flag when we hit the 21-day moving average with low stochastics. 1 hour time frame looked absolutely beautiful right here. We had previous support as resistance. We had touched the 21. We were low on the Stokes, and we had a locking MACD with, you know, except the RSI was a little more in the middle there. That would be the one area that I could have just been like, and they went and they dipped it down into this area, right? You can see down to your next support. Pretty simple. You lose support here, right? Resistance, resistance. You're going to drop down where? To this area right there. The resistance that you see right there, right? And there's the high volume node sticking out, 1039, 1037. If you lose 1037, you drop to 1022. And we've talked about how 102 has been a pretty strong area, then there's 1011, and then you're down all the way to 99,000. 98.5 will come into play, 97.2. And right, again, I don't want to get there, but this is a diamond. We have double topped. That's a bearish pattern. You've topped twice. Like, you know, again, I'm not saying I'm bearish. I'm not saying I'm in a short. I'm just letting you know what I see right now. All right, I may long the thing. I may tell you it's bearish and still long. You're like, what is he doing? I might see something that no one else sees. All right. Are crypto YouTubers and influencers paid to promote AI coins? I think some of them are. I think some of them get pre-sales and stuff like that. I don't do anything like that. Everyone knows I don't do it, so nobody goes to me to do it anymore. Because, like, you know, usually it's a select network of people, and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy's one of those KOLs, and they put them in a network, and so they keep coming to you. Every time they've come to me, I said I don't do it. So everyone's banned me now from the entire industry. They're like, that guy, all he does is talk about himself and sell his trading course. Stay away from him. He doesn't pump anything. So what's great is I have a reputation. I don't pump anyone else's projects. I don't talk about anyone else's coins. If I bring up a coin, it's because I seriously found it on my own. You're watching a reality TV show of a guy that's just deep diving the internet. And some days I find stuff and I put my money in. You know what I mean? I have a knack for it. Sometimes I tend to find the hot stuff. I'm relentless with it, so I can lose but still continue to win. So there you go. All right. But yeah, I think some people are doing that, honestly. And I think some channels, all they do is get paid to sponsor. They do sponsored videos all day long. And every video you see is, hey, this was paid. And they slip it in there like, oh, this is sponsored by. You don't even notice it if you're not really privy to the information. You might look away when they say it a couple times, you know. Anyway, who cares? I'm not really worried about anybody else. I'm worried about my relationship with God, my family, and each and every one of you. And I want to make sure you all have an amazing day today. I want to make sure we all stay positive, and I want to make sure that no matter what happens, we realize that each and every one of us are the opportunity, and no matter what God sends our way or what happens in our lives, I want us to be just grateful for every single moment in which we receive this blessing to be alive. Amen. Right? Today is a blessing to be alive. Remember that. And every day thereafter and every moment you have is a moment to cherish and to hold. All right. So we're going to do our top-down analysis from here. We're going to break it down. Shout out to Shano. Spotify. Never heard of it. Yeah. So I see Bitcoin in a diamond. Now, I've seen Bitcoin break out of diamonds before. It doesn't always do, but this diamond, what it's supposed to do when you find this pattern, it's supposed to dump to the downside. It's supposed to come in, do a bunch of shenanigans, and then it's supposed to dump back down. That's what you see, basically 70% of the time. All right. Now, if it comes in from the top, it'll break out to the top. All right. This is a textbook diamond. It looks very nice. I've called the diamond out, run around right when we had this kind of whipsaw. Diamond, you have to have these whipsaw patterns to create a diamond. A whipsaw is a fast move up and down in both directions. Okay. A bullish, or I mean, I don't know if they're bullish or bearish because they're both, but it's a whipsaw, right? I guess a more bullish whipsaw is up, down, then out instead of, down, or would it be down, up, then down? I don't know. But besides, I don't really, yeah, exactly. Sam, how you doing well this year? Can you look at XEN? XEN just keeps ripping, man. Shout out to Margaret Ness. God bless you. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. That's very nice of you to give. You didn't have to, but you did. And let's kind of run on into her super chat for a split second. XCN, because it has been moving pretty nicely recently. Wow, they took DAI all the way to the bottom. I never bought any of that coin, but I FOMO'd for it when it was pumping hard for sure. And I was like, man, now when I see it dumped, I'm like, I'm happy I didn't FOMO. So this coin just keeps ripping. I haven't really researched what's up with it or why it keeps ripping. I should today. I've been doing other deep dives. So I'm just watching this flag. See how the 21's coming to price action and it's got low stochastics? I mean, compared to the rest of the market, that looks hot. So I think you're onto something, Margaret. I think there's a reason why you told me to look at this. And you may have just given us the trade of the day. So I don't know. I'll watch this closely. But that looks pretty interesting to me. And with the 21 getting close with the low stochastics, yeah. And there's 118% gains possibly coming. And this thing's been the hottest thing since sliced bread. It pumped so crazily and then consolidated really nicely. What am I on the 10-hour time frame? I don't know why, right? Let's take a look at the 8-hour or the 4-hour. It still could be considered a symmetrical triangle, which could still dump though. You have to, you know what I mean? I'm not like sold. It's not like bullpen. I don't know. Looks all right, but it could be double topping. 1, 2, you see that? And it may dump. If it loses this trend line, see, this is like price action very fickle. A bounce here and tightness creates a long. This keeps going and you've lost the pattern. You know what I mean? So in the next 6 to 7 hours, you want to see what it does. If it bounces and consolidates, then it's a trade I might take. If it starts to fall, then I look for something else and I move on. You see? And that trend line teaches me a story. And so, because why do I say that? Well, many times I was in a trade, the trend line fell, and I was like, oh, it'll pump. And then it just kept going. And 8 out of 10 times when that trend line fell, the trade just never got back. And I didn't listen. So I learned by getting hurt. So I have emotional damage for everything I teach you. Okay? So when I tell you something, it's not because I just tell it to you. It's because I've actually been beat so many times in my life. An expert is simply someone that just makes every single mistake in a narrow field. Understand, right? Every mistake in a narrow field, that's what an expert does. All right. And everyone knows my whole portfolio here. Vapor up 72% today. Vader up 12%. Buzz up 76%. The things just keep ripping. Leia up 188% on the day in 24 hours, right? Buzz still inside the flag. And again, it is what it is. They're very high risk. You know, you got to do your research. You got to know what you're getting into. And you may not be able to handle it. It depends. I don't know. Tough. GTI, US Graph Jet Technology. That sounds pretty cool. Yeah. Blessing, Sam. Hope you're doing well. Amen. Claim your Jupiter airdrop, lifer. Thank you. I did. I went to go get it, but there was like something weird with it. Let's go to Jupe. Go to the Jupiter station, right? I should be in there right now. Yeah. Up 6,000 today on the account. Up 24% on the account today. I'm telling you, man. I'm growing I get it in every facet. We do Bitcoin trading. We do altcoin trading. I trade DEXs. I do it all. Oh, I just go to Stas. Send me the link, Stas. I go to Stas. Stas got it over here. I got like 1,200. You got 45. You always do better than me, man. Right? I think I already did this, though. I did it. Dan, we see the largest U.S. airdrop in history to 2 million qualified users for 10 million wallets. Watch this video to learn more about Jupiter and how to claim your airdrop. Oh, wow. Check for allocation. Yeah, I mean, I definitely got allocation. I've been all over Jupe, man. I've been talking about Jupe since day one. Something went wrong fetching your allocation. Please try again later. If anything, it could be Brave browser, right? Let's see. Sign up and log in. Claims to be open until April 30th. All right, I'll do this on my own time. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Let's see if it was the Brave shield, though. It looks like it may have been. All right. But yeah, we've been using Jupe for a long, long time, man. Thank you, Stas. I see you now. Coming through, man. You never, you know. Anyway, I'll do this at another time. Maybe on another browser. I don't know what's happening here. I'll figure it out. Maybe so many people were doing it at once that it's overloaded. I don't know. But I know I got an allocation. It says I have till April 30th. No worries. I won't waste your guys' time, but we're good to go. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate that. It'll be live in a few minutes. He says, oh, okay. It's not live yet. Okay, cool. Awesome. So this is what? This is the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And I am bullish for Bitcoin. I am bullish for the altcoins. I am bullish for this move up to 4.6 trillion. Another $1 trillion coming into the market, in my humble opinion. All right. Look at that. Bitcoin could surge to 1.7 million. According to Crypto Quant and Glassnode, as Bitcoin continued to establish a new milestone, including a recent all-time high, the vast 108 mark. Market analyst tools like Crypto Quant and Glassnode offer predictions for its future. They predict a price range of 140 to 249 by June 2025, with Glassnode's research indicated even higher potential. Honestly, I was going low ball, and now I'm headed a little towards the $200,000 region. All right, but again, they want to think it's going to go higher so they could dump on you at 150. I'm trying to see when they think it'll be a million, you know. Speculative same models that Bitcoin might perhaps hit 1.7, but this is quite improbable. Yeah, come on, man. They write these articles to kind of jack you guys up. Jack us all up, me too included, get us all going. But that's why I don't really read the news. But it was interesting. I wanted to see if there was like some quant data there. So Bitcoin, indecision doji, not looking amazing. The reason why I don't trade these tight ranges is because, look, I nailed the bottom of this range. We took it up. You know, I can see when we're going to pull back. I said we're likely going to come back down. We nailed this little flag right up to the upside. We nailed this, you know what I mean? And once we get inside this tight range, it takes away a lot of my power. Like, you know, my edge is being able to see the difference of a move. And then if my stop is here and I can only get that much, it takes away my 3-to-1 risk reward ratio. So my ratio gets cut and my edge gets hurt, you know, so I usually don't trade the tightest of the ranges. If I do, I want to wait for it to get up and down, and then you put a stop, you know, with a stop loss like below 102. You make it a bigger idea trade. But I stop getting into the tighter time frames when we get into a tighter range, because it makes sense. Like, we won't have as much movement, so you don't have as much play on the ratio of your risk reward ratio. Does that, you understand? When I'm up in here, I can get in here and I can get 4-to-1, 5-to-1s. But once I get this tight and my stop loss has to be near the next support and resistance, and I can only get so much to the next resistance, it takes away the ability for the risk, and it makes the trade kind of a moot point. Like, I'm like, I don't really want to trade that. So this is an area that I don't trade a lot when I identify it, because it takes away my edge. And you should know what your edge is. Once you know your edge, then you should know when you don't have one. And when you know you don't have one, you shouldn't overtrade. All right. Doesn't mean I still might make a trade. So we'll see what happens here. All right. You never waste our time. God bless you, man. Bull runs over since Trump started speaking, bro. I see Bitcoin dumping. If it does, I see a ton of bearish divs. I don't know how Bitcoin keep pumping if we dump from here. Shout out to Magmax Cherry, the most biggest bear in the game. Thank you, man. I hope, yeah. God bless you, brother. Hey, anything is possible. I'm open-minded. We could go up, we could go down. So I'm, you know, I don't call out the bearish move. I don't, you know. Right now, the probability is we dump to the downside. That's a double top, and that's a diamond. I don't know what to tell you. Anytime, you know, the majority of the time that dumps. So I would assume that it's most likely that we're going to come back down here to the 200 on the 1 hour time frame and revisit the $102,000 area. 102.2 is a very strong region, and I'm going to show you why. So let's do our top down analysis. Let's break it down, and we're going to start now like I have been at the monthly. We're going to take a look at our monthly candles, and we're going to have some fun here. What is a top-down analysis? It's when you do your analysis using the biggest time frames and you kind of keep moving down into the smaller ones. All right. So first off the bat, you could say, okay, weekly support, 71,009. We talked about it. We said every time Bitcoin had a consolidation and it pumped out, it did not revisit that consolidation. I kept saying it was unlikely, even if Bitcoin pulled back, that it would bounce off 71,000. A lot of people in TradFi are talking about 67K and all sorts of stuff. Honestly, I'm going to take it one step at a time, one day at a time. I don't do that overall. This is where it's going to go stuff. All right. Sam, is the diamond? No, diamonds mainly go out the way they came in. All right. Sentio finally did get a little bit of bounce, which is nice to see. Yeah, I mean, how about that global warming, man? Snowing in Florida, right? Global warming's really taking over, man. Coldest winter in history, but it's global warming. Trump's gone. You're funny. Why is the market? Yeah, again. So now let's take a look here. The 1 month chart. And that's bullish divergence. All right. Clearly on the monthly. That closes as such. That is bullish divergence. That's very, very bullish for Bitcoin. All right. And I wouldn't be surprised if it gets a couple more months of pump before it has to start to go sideways. Now, if Bitcoin's very, very bullish, for me, it goes the monthly leg, which gives it somewhere like 128, 130K. And then what? It has to consolidate again for 4 months, 5 months, right? August, September, October, November, December. And maybe that could be the end of the, you know. It's weird. It's like, or does it consult, you know? I'm attempting to make sense of it the way I look at a rally in it, you know. It almost feels like it has to be a super cycle. Like that takes you to 2028 to 200 grand, you know, like it just, you know, and I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong, but this is starting. I mean, that's a massive breakout. When you see a coin do that, it's starting a massive parabola, right? In my humble opinion. So like, I don't know, man. Because it's either a very shortened cycle where we're about to hit a high in March here and then get a nasty pullback and then get one more pump and then be done at 150 or something. Or, you know, I'm telling you as a trader, my trader instincts are picking up on something very strange. Like my subconscious mind is rattled. And when it's rattled, it's because it's seeing something that it hasn't seen in years. And I've been doing this for a long time. So when my subconscious mind starts to do this, it starts to tell me things. It's like teaching me stuff, right? And that's why when you live in the subconscious, you really begin to control what's happening in your life because you can feel the highly sensitive changes in the world at an early rate. And then you begin to develop a change inside your personal life. Months later, you've made the right decisions. How? You saw it happening before it happened. How did you know? Your subconscious mind was leading you towards the right path. All right. Anyway, I'll get to that all in another time. And if you hang out with me enough, I will mention your subconscious mind. We will re-heal your subconscious mind. We'll rebuild it in the trading group. You become someone completely different. You won't know yourself when we're done with you. We rebuild your subconscious mind. That's really what we do in the trading group. It's more than just trading. It's on another level, all right? If you're having trouble for years, you know who you are. You write down your business plans. You feel so motivated. But years later, you're in the same place. Why? I did that. By 19, I knew I was going to be a boss. I had all the plans and dreams. But I couldn't get out of my own way. Why? My subconscious mind had been hijacked. I did not have control over my subconscious mind. I had control over where I felt and what I did every day, but not over my subconscious mind. And so I had a really hard time connecting my thoughts and beliefs to where I was going to be in life. Years later, I think I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Years later, I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I didn't understand why. It led to depression, disease, and pain. And if you're going through that right now, I can help you. I'm telling you right now, just keep coming up every day. Keep showing up. I'm going to give you the tools to lock in. You're going to change who you are, change how you think about yourself, and change how you look at the world. By the end of the time with me on this channel, you won't be the same person. I promise you that. And I'm going to help you because someone helped me online. It was Jim Rohn, and he did the things. I get to do it live now. I just got to extrapolate knowledge from old recordings. You have the actual feeling here given to you, the frequency. I extrapolated the frequency. This is more than just words. This is an energy force that's getting pushed into your brain. I'm using energy. I'm using high frequency. This is not your average YouTube channel. This is an experiment of time and space. Anyway, I'm going to get back into the channel, but it's so important that you realize what we're doing here. And it's just bigger than any other channel. I'm experimenting with a whole other side of the universe. So anyway, the monthly looks very, very beautiful. I like it. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly, you can't say it's not a breakout of a flag that's still looking absolutely beautiful. Okay? And then you got to take your measured move, which is, wick to wick. I would almost even want to say is that, that would probably be the measured move, right? The extended algorithmic move, and that is 153,000. Says we get there by April. That would just be absolutely insane. They mentioned a Bitcoin reserve. Things start to go. Remember, Bitcoin went up in about 2 weeks, and even less than that, really. But in 2 weeks' time, it went from 68,000 to 98,000, or 3 weeks' time, 68 to 98. Even really quicker, like the end of a week, through a week, like a week and a half, maybe $68,000 to $98,000. So that's a 50% move for Bitcoin. Bitcoin does that. That's 50,000, right, in 3 weeks. So 3 to 4 weeks from now, you could definitely see yourself headed towards 150K or be there. And so far, it just looks, okay. Now, that is a double top right now on the weekly. Like, let's be honest. So that's the bullish scenario. What's the bear scenario? This is a double top. We've double topped on the weekly. Not a good sign for a massive asset to double top. Like, you have to take that into consideration. All right. Bitcoin slightly double top there. That was it. So that's not the best sign in the world. That's a double top, period, right? And we got that last little push up. We made a new all-time high. I've seen that a few times. All right. I've seen this exact pattern a few times. All right. So this would be an M. And we would make a move to the downside. All right. And that tells you you're going somewhere to about $77,000. And you would have to pull a fib here. And again, I probably have the whole chat freaking out right now. Like everyone is bullish right now, telling you that we're going up. Bitcoin reserves. Nobody is telling you that we might be going down, right? Any channel telling you that we're dumping? I don't know. I don't watch any YouTubers, so I have no clue. I'm in the charts all day long and in the zone with the group. That's how I found all these crazy AI coins last night. I made over $7 grand overnight. But not about me. It's about you. Stop talking about your money. Anyway, so we got a double top here. But hey, it was a pretty cool feat to go into AI agents and make, over $6-7 grand overnight. If this was the people won't be back for crypto. So that could be a double top. This weekly candle must close above these two candles. Like this weekly candle and 4 days and 9 hours, the 4-9 has been showing up a lot. That's, you got, if that closes as such, that's a double top on the weekly. Doesn't mean the next candle can't rip and it just whatevers, but it would be really nice to get this candle to close above that resistance on the weekly time frame. So right now, not a fan of the weekly doing what it's doing. That would be a double top on a massive time frame, and that would not be a good look. This has just been shown to us today. Like in the last 6 to 7 hours, this didn't look like that. New data is coming every moment in time. The charts are always conveying information. That's why I look at the charts the way I do every other day, every single day, right? Constantly. So that's a clear double top on the 3-day too. Tells me to be sketched out. Tells me to be careful. Tells me that there may be a pullback here. Now that's huge resistance at that 102.2, 102.3 area that I've mentioned many times now. 102.275 really. If you lose that, I feel like that's kind of the end of a rally. Like if you lose 102 again this time, I have a feeling that you're going to 99 and then you're playing with that, and then it could be a double top. Look at it. I'm sorry. I'm just being honest to you guys. I'm a bot. I don't look at it emotionally like, oh, Trump got in and this has to happen. I used to do that. And you know what it did? It got me wrecked, man. And if I just pay attention to what I see in front of me and I listen to the charts, I end up in a pretty good spot. So, you know what I mean? That's a double top right there. Now, I'm just saying this could change. We have 2 days and 9 hours. This could turn green in a second. We could dip today. And tonight, it could be a, yo, you were scared. No, you were scared, right? And it might be nothing at all. It might be nothing. I do like having the windows open with the sunlight, but it does. See, now I look better. See, yeah. Now, so that's something that could happen. All right off the bat. We got to pay attention to that. Maybe Simpson's predictions are right. The Simpsons predictions, didn't they say that XRP would skyrocket and Bitcoin would dump to $1 and XRP would go to 100,000? It's kind of crazy, right? So, yeah, this isn't a good look. It doesn't look amazing. I have to be honest with everybody. It doesn't look amazing. So, go to the daily. The daily looks whack. It's got a bearish divergence on it. Let's look at the RSI. I think there's a hidden bullish. Yeah, I mean, that's hidden bullish divergence. The trend goes to the upside. Oh, no. It's a little extended hidden bullish right here. But this is hidden bullish divergence. You have a downtrend in price, but, but it's, okay. It's kind of, but it's like exaggerated bearish div. But you have a downtrend in the RSI, but the price action's flat or uptrending. Yeah, it's bearish. That's a bearish divvy. So Bitcoin really needed to break up and hold and close the candle above the all-time high. Otherwise, it made a double top. All right. And I honestly didn't even see this till now because it didn't really make this look. It didn't do this until the last 4 to 5 hours. Like this morning, this is kind of what occurred. So, last night, the daily candle closed great and everything was looking like we could break out of the 1 hour flat. And so I was trading that 1 hour to see if I could get hit. I lost 286 of the stop. So now I flip out the moving averages and I just take a look at what are the odds here. So one odd is this, that we're in a bullish flag. I mean, that's just a clear, it's a double top on the daily. It's a double top on the 3-day. It's a double top on the weekly. Like, it's like, sometimes it's not a double top only on one time frame because of the way the candles are, but it's like a double top on every single time frame. It's pretty crazy, right? Now, the 21's curving up and the moving averages are getting tight. And so that tells me not to stress too much, even though it is a double top. Whenever I've seen these moving averages get this tight, we've had a pump, right? And so it tells me not to worry. And I know, I just scared you half to death, right? I just told you it's a double top, we're dumping, but then I showed you it's bullish. What the heck, Sam? I'm in the same boat as you. I don't have the answers. Everyone thinks I do. I don't know what's going to happen, folks. And I'm in probably way deeper than you are monetarily. You know, odds are of all the people here, there's probably people that are in deeper than me. But of all the people here on this chat, I'm probably in the top 5 or 10 percentile of how much money I got in this market, right? So whatever you feel, times it by 10, okay? Whatever you feel, times it by 100. And I got 3 kids, and I got my life on the line, and I got a trading group that I'm leading. Imagine how I feel every day. Just try to even put yourself in my shoes for a split second. It would bug you out. So believe me, I feel exactly what you feel. I know exactly what you're going through. Times 100 bazillion you wouldn't believe. Okay? So trust me, I wish I had the answers. I wish I could tell you exactly where Bitcoin's going to go. I don't. All right? I've been somehow managing to be unbelievably amazing at finding probabilities in the last 5 years that have panned out to give me a pretty dang good reputation of figuring out where this puppy goes. But I always have to tell myself I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance, and they could get me and catch me. So that's a double top. Does that mean we get out of the market right now? Honestly, like a smart person may sell some chunks right now. Why? Well, because if we come back down here and we bounce and we start to get tight, you can probably get back in. But if you do this and you start to melee, then you pretty much sold the top. So, in my opinion, it can't be the worst thing in the world to take a little bit of protection off the table. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Someone's got to assess their situation. For me, there's 3 trades. A trade that I'm willing to put my money in. A trade that I'm in for like 5 to 10 years that I'm just not really worried about. Like, I'm in Bitcoin for a long time. I'm not going to stress this if it happens. I'm not going to run and sell my Bitcoins. It's just not going to happen. I'm not doing that. You know, I actually have a bot that will counter trade the market. We'll make money as it goes down. Like, I have a strategy for the bear and the bull. So I'm not overstressed. I can see it for what it is, right? Did you lose a lot early on? Not really, because I got lucky. I'll tell you my trading story. My first trade of my life, my first real trade of my life, I turned 22,000 into about nine grand. First time I ever made a trade, like, and actually got the money in, got it together. Besides just buying like stocks for the long term that we're going to be, you know, like your grandma tells you, put this away. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So again, I did take a $14,000 loss. I was in Bitcoin with my whole net worth when it went from 20,000 to 33,000. I've taken hits you wouldn't believe, but most of them have been unrealized. Like, I didn't sell the loss. I kept it until I won years later. So I've been pounded many times. Oh, I've lost 14 grand in the stock market when I was only worth 40,000, and I was like, you know, 30 years old, 28. It was devastating. I was in a 1-bedroom apartment with my daughter. I've gone through pain you would not believe when it comes to trading. My heart has been ripped out of my throat, kicked, slapped, punched. Like, you, every single thing that you've done, I've done 1,000 times over. I've lost $5,000 in a minute. I've lost over $5,000 in under a minute before. Okay. I've made 50 grand a day multiple times. I've made 20 grand a day. I mean, I've gone through things you wouldn't believe. I made 70 grand last weekend, like in a weekend, like it's just nuts, right? But my alt portfolio went down 150,000 at the same weekend, right? So it's like, I mean, this is not for the faint of heart. You're either ready for this long term and you're ready to blast, or you're not. You know what I'm saying? I'm never trying to paint this as a get-rich-quick scheme. This is not an easy road. Crypto will be tough. Crypto will make you question everything about yourself. Crypto will rip you and flip you and dip you. But if you can come out on top and believe in yourself, you'll be the strongest person you've ever known. Nobody will be able to break you. And crypto will make you one of the strongest people that the world makes, man. Mentally tough. Mental toughness. Mental toughness. I stayed in Bitcoin from $1,000, man. I'm up 100x right now, right? You know how many people never 100x their Bitcoin because they never stayed as long as I did. They didn't have it. They didn't have it. They just didn't have it. You know, my father sat me down when I was a kid. He said, "You're a price and you're meant to make it." He said, "Your grandfather was a bricklayer. He worked 7 days a week." He said, "I work 7 days a week." He said, "Sam, you got it. You're going to make it." And, you know, I feel bad for all the men out there that never had a dad like I did. God bless my father. I thought about him so much last night. I dreamed of my grandfather last night, and I never did it my whole life. I dreamed of my grandfather. He was in my dream last night. So strange, right? My grandfather was in my dream last night. For whatever weird reasons, I do not know why. You know? Interesting enough, it was a weird thing too. So, anyway, I didn't get here by accident. I fought tooth and nail for every single moment that I've made. And it's going to be the same for you. Nothing is handed to you in this life. You know, Trump, look at what Trump went through. They took his whole family apart. They went through his wife's lingerie, man, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like, it didn't end, bro. It did not end. Like, the man still got up every single day and fought for what he believed in, whether you like him or not. I don't care. The dude he sleeps 5 hours a night and works 7 days a week. The guy is a powerhouse. Say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want about the man. If you learn how to work like him, your life would be unbelievable. You can say whatever you want about the man. If you learn to work like him, your life would be unbelievable. And that's all I got to say. All right? So the daily does not look amazing. Bearish div on the indicator. All right? Secret bearish div right there. Most people aren't seeing. And I see, you know, and look, and we're away from the 21-day moving average. If we're not even bearish, I do just see a pullback. Looks like we could do something like this, right? Again, and then I got the diamond too. So like, I mean, I'm showing you a lot of bearishness. A double top, away from the 21 on the daily. And so to me, even if we're bullish, it looks like we're going to pull back somewhere in here. Then maybe we get tight. And we form this beautiful flag, right? An ascending triangle that breaks us out further to the upside, right? I like this guy. He said, if you got money, you can fight everything. Oh, so when he got shot on the air, his money helped him stay alive, right? Get a life, man. So let's take a look here at the 22 and the 12 hour. And the guy has heart, man. The only reason he has money is because he has heart. People think you get rich by accident. Yeah, he born into money, but he made something way bigger. Anyway, I'm not gonna So anyway, let's take a look here. So now when I move, look, the 22 hour, and again, he's not my dad, right? Like, you know what I mean? I'm my own person. I just want to make that clear. I extrapolate positivity from different people in the world. I could even read a story about a negative person, but I could find one positive thing that they could teach me. You see what I'm saying? I believe you can learn from every single situation, person, and situation that you go through in life. Look at the 12 hour away from the 21. Whenever we're away from the 21, we come back to it. Look at how that's like a shoulder, a head, and it has a right shoulder vibe to it. You see it? Look how the 8 hour has a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. I mean, that's a head and shoulder whether you see it or not. So I'm starting to get some bearish tones here for Bitcoin. I'm being honest. And this morning I was bullish because if we had bounced off this was a cup and handle. Then we were going to break the all-time high and it wasn't going to be a double top. You see? In the last 4 to 7 hours, they have changed the narrative slightly. Just slightly enough. And so this is where we stand. And we're back here where I'm going to bring you into the diamond. Took me a minute to identify the diamond, but once I did, I realized what they were doing. But clear as day, that's a diamond. And price action is oh so tight. Like, that's going to make a decision, I'd say, an up or down decision very soon. That's a symmetrical triangle. The base of the triangle is basically your measured move. If we break down, that thing could take us all the way back to 97K. It really could. That's what it says. All right. And look how the VRVP has nodes that fall down like a ball bouncing down a hill. If we were to break out, it's new all-time highs and it's all awesome and everything is great, right? I'll tell you what, it's a 50-50 pattern. It doesn't give me a lot of confidence, right? I like to see something a little more bullish than that. So you go to 112, 113 area, or you dump down to 97.2 again, 97.5. And that kind of just looks like what's coming our way, folks. And again, I don't know what's going to happen. How will I figure this out? What will I do? How will I be able to make money on this move? Well, if we break above this and we bounce, there's probably going to be a nice flag right here that we could trade to the upside, right? Obviously. So we'll be able to get the continuation on the macro, and then we'll be able to trade the smaller time frames because we'll know that we've defied the bears. If we lose this trend line and start to fall, it's likely you're going to see us test the 200 MA on the 1 hour. We could bounce here, get tight, and end up out. Maybe we make some type of racy inverted head and shoulder. I've seen those. Racy meaning the right shoulder and the left shoulder, they're more like panely. They're not as deep because it raises so much. Price doesn't get a chance to dump. So I call it like a racy inverted head and shoulder. I don't know where I come up with these terms, but you know, I play with the chart so much, I got to identify something with descriptions here. So anyway, the idea is that you got a low, a high, higher, low, higher, but there's your lower low, higher low in the set. You got to put in a higher high. Bitcoin must break this to create a new trend on the 1 hour time frame. We break this high. If 107 gets broken, we're good to go, right? Because that's the break of trend. We retest, boom. So basically, to me, 107, a daily close above 107 is 112. It basically leads the way. It's how we get to 112. We don't get a daily close above 107, it's a wrap. So like, we must close a daily candle above $107,000 in my humble opinion. That's like your macro idea. You can write that down because you don't really need to sit at all the charts. You just got to look at this. Okay. So that's it. Shout out to the 2,600 beautiful souls in the live. Thank you. And God bless all the awesome people that ran and hit that like button for me. That is such a blessing. God, thank you so much. I'm so grateful for the 560 souls that did that. They're going to get so much blessings back for doing that. It's the easiest thing. You know, you could walk by someone in the street, hand them a buck. You could tip the waiter. But that takes you to actually open your wallet. Sometimes, you know, this is really just a move of the mouse and a click. And Leslie, you tip me. You've done so much for me. You've created such a movement in my movement. If you hit that like button, I'd be so grateful for it. So thank you to all the people that did do it. So much will come back your way. And if you're thinking of doing it, I think it will be a great idea, but it's up to you. I'd really appreciate it. God bless you all. Thank you so much. So, and God bless you and your family. And may all your good deeds come back to you, even that like that you hit. It is a good deed. Everything you do comes back to you. Remember that. Every good deed you do comes back to you. Never shortchange yourself of a good deed. Worst thing you could do, in my humble opinion. Whenever I have a chance to do good for someone, I step right up and do it. You know, a lot of people say thank you so much when I give, and I say thank you for giving me the ability to give because you gave me so much high frequency right back when I gave. And that's what it's about. Okay, so I'm kind of starting to become a perma bear here, right? I mean, I'm starting to see some bearishness. Again, maybe I'll, you know. So for me, I don't have to become the short squeezed here that gets rocked and try to short. That retest would be a beautiful place to long. Until then, I really just sit tight. And if we come back down and we lose the 200 to the 1, then I would short. So I'd short this region. I'd long this region. I'd be a little skeptical of this area here. I'd be, you know, I'd wait my turn here. This is where, you know, I love trade. Look, I call this bottom. I love the big range, right? I call these little flags here. We got this little bottom. We like these ranges, you know? Remember I called the other, you know, we like these fun flags. We had fun. But as I said before at the beginning of the stream, when we get into these tight areas and price action gets very, very tight, that's when I pull back a little bit. Also, BOOKMAP is likely going to give us red on either side, isn't it? You know, symmetrical triangles is gonna lock you in. Again, at the end of the day, where's most of the liquidity? It's to the downside. So BOOKMAP is showing you that most of the liquidity is down here. So most people went long and they're still hanging out with a stop loss here. 103, 102, and all the way to 100,000, right? So it is suggesting if we go anywhere, we go lower. See that big red right there at 101,950? BOOKMAP suggesting that we dump. So it does look bearish to me. Thank you for showing me the bearishness of the chart. I would be trying to catch longs all the way down. Hey, sir, thank you for your amazing knowledge. Can we please check Trump? What's going on with Trump? Hey, sir, thank you for the amazing knowledge. Can we please check Trump? If you do it again, you will be... you're spamming, yeah. If it falls on our face live, I will trade because of you. You were my dream come true as a trading teacher. Thank you. Try doing a good deed for a friend over the weekend. Ended up just wasting 6 hours of my day and drove 100 hours for no reason. Don't worry. No good deed goes unpunished, man. All right. Why is Bitcoin always getting rejected by the 3-minute 200 MA? It's a tough one, right? Let's take a look at that 3-minute. So weird. For some reason, that bottom range where you add it, the 3-minute. Oh, it already, yeah, I was like about to say, I thought I had the 3-minute. Yeah, look at that. Like, I see what you're saying. Resistance, 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 resistance. It's just capped off. That 3-minute won't let you ride. Man, you get above the 3-minute, look at that big boom. Maybe I'll start trading the 3-minute too, but look at that. I mean, look at the head and shoulder on the 3-minute. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. That's about to dump. That's a short. I see that dumping down to 102.250. That's what it says to me. 5-minute looks exactly the same. That's a head and shoulder. That's going to dump 68% of the time. The length of the head, the neckline of the head. It already basically started. But that says it's going to 102.8 for BTC. All right. Sam, look at RWAX chart. Takes ready to go. Interesting. We're really just looking at US 304 waiting for BOJ. Happy to take and learn from your losses early. It'll help you to preserve future profits. Amen. Amen. No good deed goes unpunished. Exactly. That's why you just keep going. The point, you know what the point of that statement is you don't do it for anything. I finally realized what the meaning of that statement was. See, as you get older, you realize that there's an opposite. They're trying to teach you something opposite of what it said. You could never extrapolate the information because you didn't live long enough to see what they were trying to tell you. But as I hit 41, 42 years old, so much is getting revealed to me that I couldn't see in my 30s, but it was getting fed to me. And so that's saying, right, no good deed goes unpunished. All right? Because what it means, I want to do something for someone, and look what happened to me. So what it means is just do things for some people and don't expect anything in return. Just do them. And that way you won't feel punished at all because, so I love that saying. And it does say, you go out of your way many times and, no one pays attention. But what it does mean is you're the type of person that will continue to do that no matter what. That's also what that statement means. It means that the world doesn't always give it back, but you're going to continue to give it anyway. And that makes you a winner. A winning person doesn't just do what the world does. The winning person creates that energy no matter what and gives it back to the world. I can't tell you how many times I've done something nice for somebody that nobody knew about, nobody paid attention to, and nobody cared. Does that stop me from doing something nice for somebody today? Heck no. Why? Because it feels good for me to do something for somebody else. I feel good when I do something for somebody else. It's not about everybody else. It's about raising your own individual frequency so that you feel this inner high. You can feel what it's like to help others, man. And there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than that. I'm going to say it again. There's nothing better than that. Finding your inner strength so you can give that inner strength to others will be the most fulfilling part of your entire life. But it comes with discipline, focus, because you can't get there if you don't really build yourself and create a strong character of honor, wisdom. That takes time. All right. That takes time. Okay. Now, are other coins defying gravity today? Let's take a look as Bitcoin kind of consumes my mind here. Someone said Wild ripping the P&L. I mean, everything is in these giant cup and handles, just like waiting for Bitcoin to give it the okay to pump. And it's very rare I've seen cup and handles not pump. Like almost every time they're at Fibonacci 786s. Like there's not enough people to sell them off. And like these tell me like Bitcoin has to hold somehow. You know what I'm saying? Watching your morning streams has been a hugely positive thing. Thank you, Sam. God bless you. Rain Day Stashin'. I love you, brother. Thank you. Have you ever given when it hurts you? Yes. Oh, yes. So, AI agent by PAAL AI. Man, I destroyed my leverage trade. He said my account with 50% drop on the Trump coin that day. Thought I was going to break out and then boom, rugged. I watched your video too, and you avoided it. I did, because I knew we were away for the 21-day moving average. I had a dream about my grandfather last night too, bro. Woke up with the biggest smile. Miss him so much. BB! 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 Sorry. I can never get it. I'm always alone, man. You could believe it, right? The multi-million-dollar trader guy over here. Got nobody over here. He's always all by himself. What the heck is going on over here? I guess I'm too independent. She could be putting the wife. She doesn't know. I only call her for emergencies. Like it's actually an emergency. I won't ever tell you what it is, but it's an extreme emergency. And I would never call my wife right now on live unless it was an extreme emergency. Anyway, can you look at Cerebro, please? We'll take a look at Cerebro. Yeah. Hey, I need you right now. Hold on 1 second, everybody. Sorry. I live a real life. Sometimes some things happen. All right, so 103,700. Let's take a look. So Bitcoin, man, yeah, not doing amazing. All right, not doing amazing. It's the smoke face again. Hey Sam, encourage my words, my guy. Keep up the good work. Could you look at ADA for us? Thanks, bro. God bless you and the fam. Yeah. BlackRock buying 9 trillion in XRP. You guys are crazy, man. Man, hope you're good. Tuning in for the UK. Stay blessed. Yeah. Liver has a life outside the charts. I know, right? Who would have thought? So Bitcoin's dumping, man. And it's like it's going to go lower, in my humble opinion. If I had to be honest with you. It's headed down to the 1 hour 2 to May. That's just where it's going. All right. So it's headed down to, thank you so much. It's headed down to 102,174. All right. That's the key level that I see it at. All right. That's where it's going. There's like a 90% chance it goes there. I could be wrong. It just looks very likely. This almost looks like a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there too. And so I see it drop into this yellow line. Then it's going to lose this trend line. And then the symmetrical triangle will likely break down to its measured move, which is 98,000. So just be careful here for BTC here. It doesn't, it may be dropping. And I could be wrong, man. I know I get bearish sometimes, and then a second later we bounce. We could be bouncing, but I don't see it. We lost the 200 MA on the 15. That's a head and shoulder in the 5-minute time frame that I just showed you and told you it was going to dump. It's dumping. Like the bears are going to tell you. Look how the charts tell you everything. Like I've shown you. We lost the 200 MA on the 5-minute time frame. We gained it. It was a bump. We lose it. It's a dump. All you have to do is open up a short the second we lose the 5-minute 200. You're in the money right now. I'm going to start actually maybe shorting a little more on the smaller time frames. Because, I say I don't short bull runs, but this bull run's been out of control. And the volatility has just been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. So I see dump. I don't see a strong divergence. I don't see a hold up. And BOOKMAP also has liquidity further to the downside. Big red sitting down there at 102. So I wouldn't be surprised if we take a dump today, everybody. And just be careful. Everyone expects this Bitcoin reserve and, show me the charts and I'll show you the news. I don't know what to say, but it looks like something weird's going down. I don't know. I can't place it. So there you have it. Anything is possible. I don't like the charts right now showing me weird news because the charts are usually too predictable and I don't want any weird news right now, All right, but that's a diamond. Diamonds mainly break down the way they came in. And I don't know what else I can say, right? I'm obviously not bullish today, okay? I expected a bounce on the 15-minute earlier this morning back to the top of the range, but we could not keep the 200 MA. And if you can't stay above the 200 MA, you're going to dump. And then when I identify a head and shoulder in the 5-minute chart, then I have to see it for what it is. And then the 1-minute also, look at this. You can see the giant head and shoulder there. The 4-hour time frame was my saving grace, open for the bounce. It's really a lower high at that point. And it's about to kind of dump down to its 200 MA, which would take it right there to 97.3. So, I don't know. If we don't bounce in the next couple hours, it's look like we're going to take a tumble. And a chance we go below 100K again. That'd be kind of crazy. At that point, that would be a double top. So, I don't know if anyone else is telling you what's going on right now, but this is the facts. That's a double top with a diamond. One of the most bearish setups I've ever seen in my life. That's doubling down on bearishness, right? And if you know your TA and you've been around as long as me, I'm not just trying to say this. I'm just being honest. I don't want to say this. I want Bitcoin. I want the bull run. I want to continue. I got to prepare you for anything that's possible. I got to be honest with you. I'd like to sweep this under the rug and not show it to you. So, we got to bounce. Everything's great. Let's buy more altcoins. Join the trading group. Yay! I'm a real guy, man. I don't put my wallet before my feelings, which, maybe isn't a good thing, but I have my, I live and die by how I feel, and I care about you guys, and I see this making a move to the downside. I really do. If you want to take advantage of this move, right now, there's still a chance to open up the short right here with a stop on the other side of the 200 MA. If they decide to swing it back up and chop you out, then you don't lose a lot. It's not like you're going on a huge short, And if they start dumping this thing down huge, you'll be in the money down to on 102 to 101.2. So that's a short that I stand by right there because you got to stop on the other side of the 200 MA. All right. Again, you got to figure out if this fits your trading style and what you do. Never do what you see on YouTube. All right. You got to figure it out for yourself. All right. So, again, major bounce and we all get saved. It's honestly, we have to bounce here. To me, if we don't bounce here, and again, am I going to open up the short? I'm really not. No, I'm not. I don't like to short a bull run. I will short if the 1 hour loses the 200 and we start bear flagging and we lose 100K. All right. And we lose 100K. Until then, I have no idea, what's going on. All right. So, all right. Yeah. Man, I love people and people's energies really throw me off sometimes, man. If you love me, please don't DM me during the show. If you know that I'm going through a lot. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't DM during the show. So, dang, look at that. So we either get a bounce here or we do not. I don't know what to tell you. have the balls to long. I'm such a perma bull. Like, I'm such a perma bull in heart. Like, I look at both sides, but you know me. I'm so bullishly biased, right? And I'm like, come on, Bitcoin. Like, just save the day here. Like, get out of it, you know. Even if it just gets back above 105.5, we have a bit of a fighting chance here. I tell you what, though, no matter what I feel, think, or believe, you're below the 200 MA on the 15. Bearish. So you got to get back above it. There's a little bullish divvy here, attempting to save the day on the 15-minute time frame. As I said, I'm not opening the longs here. It's just too. I think the risk is too high. Okay. Give me some confirmation. Give me a break above here and a retest. I'll take a flag all day. Break the 1 hour 200. I'll take a bear flag down. But I have to tell you right now, if I got to give the call is to the downside. BOOKMAP says we're dumping. We're below the 200 MA. And this is a diamond that definitely came in from the bottom and will go right out the bottom. And the measured move of the diamond takes you to 97,660. So I can't tell you what's going to happen. I do not know. I wish I did. I wish I could tell you, hey, this is what's going to happen. But I can honestly tell you with firm probability that there's a good chance we dump to the downside here. All right. Even if they fake a pump, we may do something like this and then end up down. So just be careful. And so I don't believe it. Let's see. Will my signal flash? If the 1 minute can crack the 200, if the 5 minute can crack the 200, then I might take a long. You know what I mean? But show me that, because that means we could break out. So either Trump comes out and says strategic reserve and we get a bounce and we defy this diamond and we're all back and said, you were scared. No, you were scared. We do have some pullback. Now, if we pull back to 102 or 97,000, I still can't confirm that that's guaranteed 60, 70K. Like, that's going to be the biggest dump ever. All right. Yeah. Yeah. NASDAQ trading up. If it holds, we're going to follow face blue smile and face blue smile. I hope so. I read the news today and I see MS bought 11,000 Bitcoin. This happens when the market was being shorted and they were accumulating. Have you ever noticed that CoinGlass, you see massive momentum? No, I've never noticed that. So as you can see, Bitcoin is really stealing the show right now. It's taking precedent over the altcoins on my show right now because it's some days I open up, we go over Bitcoin, I show you my live trade, everything's rocking. Today's just not one of those days. All right, we're struggling to hold 103.8 and 104,000. Just really, really struggling. Right? Really, I have never dreamed about my grandfather. Maybe when I was like 12. He died when I was about 11 years old. Last night he was in my dream. And he was pissed about something too. Like he was like, and I was like, man, so weird, right? I find that really strange. I rarely dream, and to dream about my grandfather, like, I can't even tell you guys what it was about because it's so personal, but it was like, man, it's pretty weird. All right, we got the super chats coming on in here. It's a lot. $104 in chat revenue. 2,700 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So this is where we stand, everybody. It's the diamond. And yeah. And the odds are that we're going to dump unless the 15-minute can reclaim that 200 MA. I would watch your 15-minute like a hawk, but the odds are that you can open up a short right here with a stop on the other side of that 200 MA, and you're likely going to win the trade. Also, like I showed you before, this kind of resembles a bit of a shoulder, a bit of a head and a right shoulder. Like, it's just so I see bearishness. Let's see if the bears have enough strength to push us through. So don't listen to anybody. Don't listen to the news. Don't listen to me. Listen to the charts. The charts will set you free. We get above the 200 MA, feel more bullish. We continue, we're below it. You got to be bearish. Look, we got above it here. We got below it there. Nasty dump. We got below it there. Nasty dump. What do you think's going to? Nasty dump. With a lower high? So I don't know what's going to happen, but this looks more likely we're going to dump. Let me jump back into the fan funding here and see what people are saying in the chat. All right, we got a lot of super chats here. Check out Superfruits AI, Supa, DeFi AI, way early. Now, if Bitcoin takes a massive dump, none of these little AI most things are going to probably take a hit, right? I think I should just take my gains out of Buzz. You know what I mean? I'm like, I like this little flag. See, Bitcoin has me on edge now too. And see, Bitcoin has everybody on edge. See? Like, I'm a long-term trader, so I can feel how people feel because I know how I'm feeling. Wow, this thing mooned all the way to 17. And it's basically the price it's at is the market cap. So it's at 14. It's at a $14 million market cap. It's kind of, you know. I saw it going to 20. Wow, it did hit 17. And we're getting in around $9 million market cap. This thing is out of control. Leia AI. All right. People took profits there on that pump for whatever reason. I like to make it to the target at least. For Leia. But now it's sitting at 14. Nice gainer on the day. Let's take a look at AMP. AMP. Never been into this project. Don't own any. It bounced beautifully. And again, like everything, it's got that cup and handle vibe. I feel like it was in a flag, right? Like a falling wedge that broke out. It's attempting to retest. But I'll be honest, like Bitcoin takes that pullback, so I really wouldn't even DCA today. I wouldn't do a thing today unless I really, really like the project or something. But right now, I would really sit on my hands today and watch the market. I'd wait till tonight, some confirmation of a daily close above 105. They got us in a holding pattern right now. Trump is at 39. 38.50 now. Trump dumping. It basically had a beautiful flag. It got pumped up yesterday. Lost the 200 MA. And it can be traded right here on MEXC. No need of doing anything else, right? And so, look, that's losing the 200 MA and starting to drop now. It is making a higher low. It's like, emotions are high right now. I can feel it. Emotions are high. People are wondering what's up with their altcoins. They want to know what's going on. The market is in a weird place, man. People are making money on these really, really quick AI coins, but they're not paying attention to the overall market. That is a cup and handle. That's a higher low. Like, that should bounce from there. Like, if Bitcoin was in a nice holding pattern, I'd say, yeah, that's great. I mean, Bitcoin's still above 100,000. I don't want to sound the alarm too bad, but I got to be ahead of it before, I like to be ahead of it. I don't want to show you right when the bearishness happens. Like, we got to be ahead of it. So when it happens, we have an idea. This tells you to buy the higher low, but, I wouldn't touch this. I don't like this project that much, but I don't know. For whatever reason, I think there's a better route there. PYTH has more institutional looking, more institutional looks, more money coming into it. That's a beautiful cup and handle. PYTH looks just absolutely beautiful. And I hold PYTH. And so, like, all these cup and handles say Bitcoin has to bounce. Like, how do you have 50, 60 cup and handles? Like, so either Bitcoin tanks and all these cup and handles drop. I've never seen that. Like, that's something I've never seen. So sometimes it's called, I don't know, it's called broad perspective TA, but like, I look at 500 coins and like, if 385 coins all over a cup and handle with a higher low, how the heck does Bitcoin dump? Doesn't make any sense, right? But I have to just take it in for what it is. And then we're sitting at this 103.9 now in a holding pattern right now. They got us stuck. They got bulls and bears confused right now. The whole world is like, you got a bunch of people that just took that diamond for a short because they know diamonds break down, period. You got people like me that trade the 200 MA and they took a short. All right, you got people that traded that short, the divergence on the 15, and you got a bunch of people that have been long because, they just believe it's going to be long, and they put it along with some stop loss at 98 or 97 or, 100K. And you got liquidity all over the market, and you got people everywhere, and even the market maker may not know exactly what's the best move here. And right now, to me, they're looking at the market like, we'll take a look at the S&P in a second too. But in Bitcoin, I keep looking at it for you just to check the price. It's 104, back to 104. I'll tell you what, if we can hold 104, if we can close above that 102 on the daily, man, 105 on the daily, man, everything could change. Come on, Bitcoin. 15-minute, get above the 200. Show us some love. Show us some light at the end of the tunnel here. Tell us this bullish divergence can save our lives. And it's time. I'm so overexposed in so many altcoins, in so many things that it's just like, If Bitcoin takes that hit, oh my God. That's just going to be like, dang, man, come on, right? But it is what it is, man. I got to, I put in what I'm willing to lose, so I got to be there for the ups and for the downs. There's a nice bullish divvy there that could, push us further to the upside too. So the difference between this show and a lot of shows are shows. Like they're a show. They sit down and I do a little bit of that. I wear the suit, but this is more of a reality TV show of like, will I make it or not? You see what I'm saying? I take you through the pathways and the mindset of a trader. You follow through the mental thought process of what it's like to actually sit in risk day in and day out to find your way out. And it's intense. It's intense. And you guys see my wins, you see my losses, you see my ups, you see my downs, you see me squirming. And I think that's important, because if I hit all that and acted like it was always perfect, that just wouldn't be trading. And that wouldn't be real. Let's be honest. So I like showing you guys the real part of the real parts. That's where it's at. So PYTH looks amazing in the cup and handle with the higher low. I'm still in. SWFTC Swift coin on Coinbase. Okay. Last time I looked at it was in a little flag that it actually dipped, never hit the target, but it pumped and then dipped. This looks a lot like AMP, right? It came in, had the round, that edge and that. So yeah, it's like it broke out and now it's in these little flags. So it's kind of like Bitcoin. Like, can Bitcoin flag out? All right. Bitcoin at 104,000 for BTC. That's why I didn't see that money printer bouncing today the way like we usually get it. It just, something about me told me to chill there, and how we played with the 15-minute 200 is like, it looked good at the beginning. Like we could get the bounce, but it had signs of, the market had some fickle signs today that I could pick up on. It was sick, so to speak, meaning like I couldn't figure it out. It was in a funny pattern, a funny holding pattern, So look what I'm seeing here. I mean, that's turning into a pretty tight channel too. So like everything is waiting. Bitcoin booms, this thing will boom. Bitcoin dumps, this thing would dump. It looks more likely like this is going to pump. Like if Bitcoin was in the set, I like the setup because see how it's got like a cup and handle there, a cup and handle there. Up and down, getting tight moving averages, high volume nodes. All right. The Stokes aren't perfect. They're actually pointing down right now. They don't look amazing. And we're a little in the red. Is this our last dip before the move? That's what everyone keeps saying. I'm just watching the charts now. I'm so done with the narratives. I really am. Like they're crushing. Like we're gonna do this. We're gonna. Like show me the money, Bitcoin. Like come on now, right? So this looks bullish to me. The target takes you to 1 2/10 of a cent, 125 there, 124. Yeah, interesting. Swift. And thank you so much for that super chat. We greatly appreciate you and we thank you. Okay. And Superfruit, SUPAI, SUPAI. Let's take a look at that. And buying the dip on Lay AI, those dips are few and far between. Again, I own the coin, so I'm shilling a bag. It's definitely my own coin, but not my own, but I definitely own. It's not my own coin. Sorry, it's definitely a coin that I own. I would love it if it was my own coin. I mean, it was genius, but no, I'm not that smart. Not yet. I didn't put the time in yet to make an AI agent like that. You have to load a lot of code. It takes months. You have to kind of progress her slowly and like feed it and like get it ready and test it, and it takes time. I don't know. This coin looks like a rug, man. I don't know. I'd stay away from it. It couldn't even keep up $100 million market, $1 million market cap. I don't know. Maybe it has a good use case. I'll deep dive it on my own, but right now, I'm going to walk away. Turbo finished. Of course, can it still pump? I mean, Coinbase listings usually can be the end of things, right? I've seen that many times. It's got such a vibrant community, and you really want to take this uptrend And it's kind of really right on the trend. It's like every coin's like sitting at these precipices. Usually that is where we bounce. I will tell you, you know, but Bitcoin back at 103,988. It's just sitting in that. It's going to sit tight right now. It's not going to reveal where it wants to go just yet. It's waiting to see how many people short or long. It wants to wreck as many people as it can. You know, this is sketchy right now. I never bought into this coin, but I knew about it when it was right here. And people that got in are still up huge. And previous support is resistance. If it does lose that, you'd have to say it's going to bounce right back down. But it's been showing vibrance. Like if I had to make a call, I'd say it stays and it bounces. And you see it up here eventually because it's been such a strong coin. At the same time, memes have been falling off because the AI agents have been taking away market share. And things have gotten different. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, I just like I don't like people who speak aggressive to me at all in any way, you know. And maybe the end for me, man. I don't know. Let's take a look at PYTH here. Yeah, I'm a nice guy, man, and I speak like with respect and love to everyone I know. PYTH, let's take a look at PYTH, man. God bless you, man. I don't know, maybe it's just a bad day. I'll take it one step at a time. I have no idea what's going on. PYTH on Sol. Man, it's like every single coin is in the cup and handle either gonna die or fly. I have seen this narrative before. That's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy. And usually this is the greatest price to buy. You're buying the fear. You're buying when everyone else is freaking out. You know, like they double topped it. You know, right when we have the biggest adoption in history. But I'm telling you, man, they always sell you the narrative right when they're trying to steal your money. We're retail, man. They want to lie to us. The headlines are for us to get duped. Anytime you hear, oh, it's going to 200, it's like, just be careful. Learn the charts and do what the charts tell you at the best you can and go from there. That's all I can say. Like, I like PYTH. I still think PYTH can go up. Oh, we went over PYTH already. Swift, we went over Swift. VTHO. I think this even just got added to like KuCoin or something today, didn't it? Like, I'll look at on the perpetual. I had a nice pump last few days. Showing signs of strength compared to the rest of the market, right? Looks like it might get a little pump here. There's a lot of interest in it. It's been getting added to exchanges. It's an older coin. It's been out a long time. And you can see it go, you know, the target says it could go to 1/2 of a cent. I mean, that's a bull flag, right? With low stochastics on the 21. But we'll see. Bitcoin could shake the move too. But yeah, that looks interesting. Very high risk because it's a lot smaller, you know. So to me, it's just a little high risk, right? Okay. Let's take a look at TEMA. TEMA. $9.9 million. All right. Now, I put out this coin. Wait, I looked at this coin when it was somewhere down here. I never bought it. I never did. And I wouldn't lie to you. If I did, I would say, hey, I got in early and we pumped it. And then I saw it here and I put it out. I was in so many different things, but the TA looked beautiful. And then it hit there and I said, that's it. And then from there, it's been over. And honestly, I kind of think it's done. But you guys tell me, you know, maybe it comes back with a vengeance. And it's the best thing since sliced bread. I don't know, man. There's thousands of meme coins out there. And God bless team. I hope it does well. I don't want to put the team down or anyone else out there, but I'm kind of done with it. Yeah, I probably, you know, would like to keep it off of the radar from now on. It's kind of over, right? But again, I'm done with it. I wouldn't touch it down there. No way. So many other things out there that are hot right now. That was a one and done, you know. First off, God bless you, Sam. If there's new people in the game staring today, what kind of advice could you give them to propel them into the crypto game? I will tell them to take it one step at a time, man. And again, I can't really give them any advice. I can give them some life advice, though. Good life advice is anything you do in life, take it one step at a time. Don't expect to be good at it just because you started early. You're likely going to lose some money at the beginning. That's what we call tuition. A lot of people are going, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean you have to. All right. The key is that you could demo trade to learn how to trade first. Then you could take that information and start you looking at it on bigger time frames to extrapolate how you're going to DCA. And, you know, the best thing you could do is get a mentor. I firmly believe it. You know, of course, I'm going to say join a trading group like mine. It could be any trading group. I'm telling you right now, I waited too long to join a trading group, and I did it on my own for 3 to 4 years. Lost a lot of money. I would, if I had a mentor and started earlier, I would have been the lifer a lot quicker. So I did it on my own. And again, I'm someone that has to kind of learn stubbornly. But if you want to learn, go to cryptolifer.com. You pay the $99. Why? In that 1 month of time, even if you only pay $99 and leave in 1 month, you'll have so much more knowledge, so much more information, so much, you know, have proper risk management. There's a course inside my class that you can take. I have literally like 30 to 50 videos that are, you know, most people are charging you $2 to $3 grand for. So jump on in and get the education, please. Like invest in yourself first. That's the one thing. Everyone wants to throw money into the market. The smartest people I meet, they're like, you know what? I got $500. The first thing I did was I paid for your course, and then I bought your Discord for 3 months. You know, on the Black Friday sale. And, you know, I think that's the best bet. Before I put any money in this market, I wanted to learn from someone. I listen to people, I'm like, wow, this person's so smart. I was like, I never did anything like that. I'm like, they found me online before they even put money online. And again, Sam's shilling his bags again. And again, it is what it is. Do whatever makes you happy. It could be me. It could be someone else. It could be anywhere. I don't care. You know, my trading group does so well. I'm so excited. You know, I don't want to push it for you. I just want to say, I truly believe that's how I went through it. I found a mentor online, an older man. He was like in his 50s. He spoke to me with discipline. He said, Sam, you got to get it done. Like, stop BSing yourself is what he told me. He was real to me. He didn't let me play games. And he said, hey, if you want to make it, it's going to be every day. It's going to have to push yourself. And he showed me what hard work was, not by saying it, but by doing it. God rest his soul. He passed away last week, from what I've heard. I still haven't had it completely confirmed, but I guess it's pretty much confirmed. I don't know for sure. But from the people that I knew that knew him, he had passed away. So God rest his soul, RIP for life. And but that's how I made it and got here. So I truly believe getting a mentor and having a figure that's been there, and someone who's made $1 million, a multimillionaire. Like, he was a multimillionaire. Like, find a mentor, multimillionaire, someone that's a multimillionaire, and let them mentor you and listen to them and hear how they do it and watch them closely. Success leaves clues. Okay. And so I took a long time answering that super chat, but I wanted to make sure that you kind of had a good, put your head on your shoulders right here. Shout out to Moonshine. Thank you for the $5 super chat. We love you. Yeah. AI coins are moving, right? You can see Vader up 13-14%, just flipped. Buzz up 49. Leia up 168, holding gains, right? Zen up 23. Morph AI up 21%. Ava AI up 20%. Alchemist AI up 44%. Okay, the only thing that's not up is Vert AI. Look, Ray, RAI up 34%. Spore, RAI bounced beautifully off of a fib. I got a lot of, this coin's going to do numbers. I see a lot of coins as long as Bitcoin can hang, man. You know, my speculative coins should be doing pretty good, but we'll go from there. Every day, 1039, of course. Back at 1039, we've been at 1039 now for literally 45 minutes to an hour, going completely sideways. I tell you right now, the odds are we're going to dump, but there's a nice bullish divvy here on the 15-minute that could save the entire bull run. All right, so do we get saved right here? Or do we take a dump to the downside? No. No. That would be the worst, man. So we could head all the way back down to 102, 150. Okay. Yeah, like immense stress. You have no idea. Like, I can't breathe, bro. You're messing with my mind. Anyway, so 103.457. I see us going down. And I did say, you know, stop loss on the other side of that 200 MA. If I had to do anything, this would be it. All right. And we would go further to the downside. So that's what I see happening for Bitcoin if I had to call it. Okay. Okay, so this is going further down all the way to 101,968. Okay. That's just where I see it going, man. Bitcoin. Taking the dump easy, man, to the downside. Like, I hate when I have to wake up and be the bearish, that you just be a perma bear. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. But I don't know what to say, man. It just looked bearish to me. And the charts were saying, and it lost to 200 MA. So the chart said, hey, I want to be bearish, and I had to listen. So there you have it. That could take down Trump coin. That will take every coin down today. Everything's going to dump, man, except for some reason, AI agents. But even once they catch wind of the Bitcoin pullback, I even think they'll pull back. So for whatever reason, looking pretty bearish today. I have to be honest with you. And it is what it is. So, again, I'm not panic selling. I'm not opening up 1,000 shorts. All right. I told you we're all short if we lose the 1 hour 200. But you can see that that's our likely destination now. And I've been saying that since this morning. Okay, because once you lose the 15-minute 200, you're likely come to the 1 hour. I've seen it so many times in my life. You also lost the 30-minute 200 MA. And look how it's curving down there on the stochastics. And that's a shoulder, head and shoulder we identified. There was a head and shoulder there that we identified. There was like a weak divergence maybe on the 15-minute. It was like, could you please? But, you know. And so there you have it. I don't know if anyone did take the short with the stop on the other side of the 200, but there you have it. And again, the 1 minute's probably below the 200 now too. And once the 1 minute lost the 200, and then you look for your 5 minute to lose the 200. Once the 5 minute loses the 200, you go further to the downside. Okay. Like, so that's just like, you know what I mean? That's like, you know, that's crazy. So, man, so either they save the day right here too and bounces back. I'm more bearish than bullish, man. I'm sorry, everybody. I apologize for the facts. But it is what it is. I see us going further to the downside. Let me get back into the super chats. Man, and you know what it is? I haven't seen the sun in a few days. I like the sun, man. That's why I moved to Florida. I don't know it's going to be these gray days like this. And it's been cold. Last night, the wind was whipping, and I go, fine. It wasn't like 7 degrees like it was in Boston, but it was cold enough for me, man. So Hyperliquid looks hot. You know, and maybe we decouple. Maybe we finally just decouple. Like, they just don't care anymore. Like there's just too much action in Hyperliquid. There's too much going on. This thing just wants to go and do its thing. That could take us all the way to $30 for Hyperliquid and back to pretty close, you know, back to that high. It looks like the 1 hour may pump. So when you look at Hyperliquid on the 1 hour, it looks pretty good. Small time frame. Let's take a look at it on like the 3-day chart though. You can't put much information on the 3-day, but if you did, you'd have to put it in this flag that looks like it broke out. Same as the daily, 12-hour, 22. And, you know, Hyperliquid virtuals, more people are making AI agents that are, you know, they're actually coming out with tools that people use. If they have utility and the utility is amazing, like if I can interview Colin AI and get information from Colin, that's utility. And if it has utility, people will like it. People will buy it. And if it's AI, maybe the utility grows too with inside the ecosystem. That kind of gives it a little fend off to Bitcoin dips. It's like, all right, Bitcoin, do what you want. You know? But look, that's a model right there on Hyperliquid. I'd look for this to come up. I'd look for the 21 to touch. I'd look for price to stay above the 200 MA, and there's a good chance that Hyperliquid continues to rip to the upside. I mean, Vapor ripping too. So it's nice to see these ecosystems kind of pushing off Bitcoin's moodiness here. And remember, every time you listen to Crypto Twitter, it's a bunch of 23 to 28-year-old guys just saying what they want to happen. You're feeding into everybody else's emotions when you're listening to what people want you to hear. It's going to 100,000. We're on our way to the upside. All this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so 32.93. And see how the 200 right there and the 21 could come pull up? And boom. To the upside. Right? Okay, let's take a look at TRAC. TRAC. But that looks interesting to me. I'm going to slap an alert on that. That looks like a trade I may be able to take down. I mean, it's stronger compared to the rest of the market. Looks like a coin market cap. And I did do the SWE video. That should be coming out later on today. Remember you asked me about the SWE all-time high? I did do that video. So that video, it will be out, I believe, later on today. So WorldCoin defying Bitcoin. And that's what you were telling me. Wild WorldCoin, not WildCoin. Okay, so WorldCoin's been ripping. It's a shady coin too, whatever, Pengu, I guess. Lido DAO, some liquid stake in there. Mantra DAO held that. We looked at that too recently. Jupe back to 81. Virtuals had, holding 3. Neared holding 5. Moved back to 69. That was a fly by night. I never traded it. SWE still holding 460. Render holding 720. And we're just kind of like in a flat holding pattern. Not much going on in the last hour here. Not much, nothing too amazing in the market, right? Attempting this bounce. I have to tell you right now. I know I'm giving you mixed signals. I know it's back and forth. I will tell you one thing that I firmly believe. If Bitcoin doesn't bounce and have a strong move in the next 4 to 5 days, we could be in for a bigger pullback. But if it gets that pump, we're going to be fine. So there's a chance we're okay here. Still a chance. And remember, we're still above 100,000. Look, the bot just entered a long. That's promising. Okay. I should just enter the long whenever the bot enters a long and see what happens. You know what I mean? Right? And we can look at that. How has the bot been doing? I got a template. The bot is, I believe the bot is 100%. Like it never loses. It's insane. It kind of makes me angry because I'm like, it's better than me. And there's nothing I can say about it. You know what I mean? So let's take a look. This is its insane entries and exits. And like the thing is just insane. Like it got in here. It got out up there. It called the exact bottom right there. See that? It bought that right there. Like it buys exact, but it bought that right there. It does some crazy stuff. So let's see what it did here. It entered along there, and then it decided to mitigate into the long more. You see? So it feels like a bounce. The bot feels like a bounce is coming. It's buying into downward pressure, right? That's what it likes to do. It's a mitigated, very similar to a master friend mitigation strategy. All right. It doesn't purposely put itself underneath, but if it does, it gets itself out again, right? It entered here, it outed right there. Look, it exited along at the exact top of the wick. Now it didn't get here, right? It didn't go back in until here. So look, it exited along there and didn't get back in until here. It's a long bot. It does not short. I just want to make that clear. But what it does is it keeps buying into the down period with liquidity, like to get you out, right? So it just bought the bottom, it thinks right now, and it's been very good at it. So who knows? Again, I maybe should look at it more often than I don't. I don't really use it for a signal. I'm pretty stubborn in my own ways. I like seeing the charts the way I see the charts, right? So again, I don't know why it turns it white and it takes it out of dark mode. I have no idea, right? It's just a glitch or something in the matrix there. Let's take a look at RWAX on base. RWAX, never heard of it. Thank you so much for another new coin here on the channel. Every day we find out about something new, something interesting, something amazing. RWAX on ETH on Aerodrome. I mean, I don't know. It's in the cup and handle and it's done. It went all the way to $6 million market cap. I'd have to do research, find out what it is. Who knows? Let's take a look at what they say it does. The chart looks kind of whack, but trade inflation, trade emerging industries, and other real-world asset indexes up to 50x leverage. Okay, so it's a decentralized exchange. If it picks up, it gets more liquidity, it could do well. It doesn't seem like people really seem to care about it. The marketing seems quiet. I don't know. Yeah, you know. Hey, maybe you found something, maybe you didn't. Let's see if it can actually bounce here and find some stability. Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It isn't a giant cup and handle, though. There's a cup. There's a handle. If you pull a fib, it's at like an 886 Fibonacci retracement. A little below the 7.8, yeah, 886 right there. So I don't know. I don't know if I could be a true fan. It's interesting, but I don't know. PAAL AI, baby. One of the winners in the AI space. Like one of the premier coins. Like everybody loves PAAL. Right? Do I own it? No, because I don't buy what everyone else likes. But I saw it in this. I wanted to see again. I set up these trades. And again, I don't buy right here. I say this is a trade I'd like to take if it can consolidate. This is why my and if it doesn't fill the flag, then you don't take the trade. It's pretty awesome. Or if you do took that trade, you shouldn't lose a lot. Like maybe playing it close to the bone, right? And I keep checking the price of Bitcoin for you every couple of seconds here. It's back at 103,790, getting a bit of a bounce. So I'm not panic selling my bags. I never panic sell. I'd rather go down with the ship. I'm being honest. Like I put what I'm willing to lose. That's how I've made it through the bull market and made a lot of money. If you're not putting in what you're willing to lose, there's a likely chance you will sell at the wrong time because you'll be too connected to your emotions. But if you're just willing to let it ride no matter what, and again, that's what I do. I can't tell you what to do. I am not a financial advisor, but that's what I do. And again, I do take some big hits. But in the long run, it has now paid off for me. All right. I can clearly say it has, but it took a while. This isn't a beautiful uptrend. You see it? You're looking for the bounce here. Almost every coin is in. This is like there should be heavy fear today. And I bet the fear and greed index doesn't even show it as much as it should. Let's take a look at that fear and greed index. It's at 84. I mean, it's heavy greed right now. So. Oh, bitty Bitcoin. 103,700. More liquidity to the downside than to the upside. And still suggests we go to 98K on a nasty dump. Maybe even to 102,000. So BOOKMAP still suggests you're going to see lower today. And this bounce means nothing. Absolute nil. Trump trading at 39.86. Trump coin. All right, this brings me to Deep Book Protocol. Deep, which has been on an insane tear recently and just completely out of control. All right. It's holding above 32, and it's really one of the strongest coins in the game. Say it isn't. Say it isn't. And look at this setup for Deep. And you know I got $40,000 in Deep. I put it in right around here. So, and I've been talking about Deep since it was very first came out on XC, and really Deep, I've been a huge proponent of Deep. I don't know the team. They should probably, they probably would love to give me free coins. That's how much I talked about the dang project. But, again, I don't associate myself with projects like that because it takes away from my integrity. And my integrity is what I make most of my money on, right? And so I don't risk my integrity for anything. For anything, for any coin, for any and nothing. Nothing, all right? I love Deep Book. It's in an ascending triangle. Looks like there's no reason to stop it from pumping. It looks beautiful. If any coin's hot, it's Deep Book Protocol right now. Why is Deep so hot? It's connected to SWI. Okay? It's the best DEX on SWI, lowest fees, and it works. So people are using Deep Book Protocol. It's also it's like a SWI meme in a way because it's low cap on SWI. And it's been gaining steam steadily. It looks like I'll be able to make a pretty penny here when Deep Book goes to 57 cents. And again, I could be wrong. It could go to zero. There's no guarantees I win. But if I was going to trade any coin today, Deep Book would be the one. It's the trade of the week, man. It's the best looking chart. Like, look at the chart. The charts show me the charts and I'll show you the news. This says that this in a couple days, Deep will be in the news and everyone will say, wow, this is the hottest coin, you know. So it's not there yet, but it will be there when it pumps and everyone starts talking about it. And we're going to say we already knew about it on the low. And I've been getting it deep. I've said the word deep too many times today. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I'm saying to you should be taken as financial advice. I still am bearish on Bitcoin. I have not changed my tune. I want to make that very clear. I'm optimistic. It would be awesome if we got a bounce. But I am bearish on BTC. Let's take a look at Land Wolf. All right, which is also on MEXC, so you don't even need to go to the decentralized exchanges. Again, every one of these coins took a beat down. Like when the narrative was cool and everyone was getting in, it was cool. But now everything without utility is freaking out, and AI agents are freaking in. Funny, right? But they're starting to pump, man. So memes have taken a backseat. Honestly, who wants the picture of nothing? Like, it does nothing. I personally don't. I like to invest in emerging technologies that make sense. Like, maybe you could eventually meet the people. Maybe you could actually innovate with them. Maybe there's something new and interesting going on with a meme. I'm sorry. I'm anti-meme. I'm not into it at all. Okay. All right. Okay, but Land Wolf is horrible. It got pounded to the ground. It had a great run. And again, if coins run up, you can see everything's in the cup and handle, like the whole world. Remember, coins do go to zero. And you'd be praying for this to bounce back if you hold the coin, right? But I got to tell you, I moved into AI agents, basically around November 10th. And I really stopped looking at meme coins. And I never really was that big. I had an okay portfolio in them, but I was never that big into memes. I got into them because I felt like I had to, but I like to research coins and projects, man. You know what I'm saying? So the nutting professor, that's kind of weird, man. PRONUT. I'm gonna move on from there. It's a little gross. Yeah. It's just not, I don't know, man. It's just not, it doesn't go with what we're doing here, So yeah, and I knew you knew that when you did it, but you did it anyway. So you have no respect for yourself. I mean, I am half messing around. I'm not perfect. I don't want to do it. Yeah, if you can understand that. So what we look for, we saw one of the best setups that I could see in the whole market. All right, I felt like I got through every super chat. I mean, I put them in a list here. I did AMP, PYTH, VTHO, TEMA, SWIFT. I think I missed TRAC. And near Turbo, SWE. I need to do SWE, TRAC. I've been talking about SWE for a long time, and again, the market has to comply. But I just look at SWE. To me, it's hot. And see, that's a cup with a handle there, and that's a flag. And I'm bullish on DBOOK, so of course I'm bullish on SWE. And you can see the next target for SWE. I actually did a price prediction video for SWE, but yeah, the next target is 891. I don't want to reveal the video that I did, so that'll have to come out. So don't worry, your super chat will get well attended to later on today when that video drops. Okay. Someone asked for what was it? TRAC. Okay, on MEXC. Wow, that thing just to the ground, huh? I wouldn't touch that thing. It looks like, a forgotten project, right? No TA, just nothing, just down from, that's horrible. Yep, moveon.com, man. I recently went through my portfolio and I cut off a lot of things that I speculated on that didn't pan out. Like whatever happened to Paid Network, man. Kyle, man, what happened to Paid, bro? Like this thing just, you know what I mean? Like just come on, man. A lot of this stuff. I mean, 15 to 5 ain't bad. Maybe it's recoverable, but there was a lot of shenanigans going on here. Hello token, right? That was supposed to be amazing. It was part of like the show and all that, the TV show. I don't know. So we got in here, it ripped. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got in somewhere at 4 cents and it went all the way to 20. I mean, it did a 5x. You can't hate on that. And it did in the bear market. This was the bull run. It's kind of crazy, but to this day, this was the bull run. Like, all the money was made in this run right here, from August to basically December, and then some of them peaked in March. But since then, we have not seen that was insane. What happened? Everything was like pennies, and it went to $1.50, $2. It was insane. So Bitcoin pumping to 103.9. BOOKMAP suggesting we're dumping. And, you know, Bitcoin defying the odds here and staying above 104. I'll be honest, the TA is sketchy. Logically, it doesn't make sense that the whole market's going to dump. So, but again, I don't use my logic. I use the technical analysis. But when I look at all of those coins and all of them in a cup and handle, it does not make sense that they're all going to dump. Like, they're at their highest lows of the lowest points they've been at ever. Like, so I can't, you know, again, I'm not a market predictor. I guess, yeah. Self-proclaimed, but you tell me over there. Super chats, Ada near. Wow. And honestly, I think we just gotta like L Wolf Ondo. I think we just gotta call it. Like, if it's not a $5 super chat, we gotta just call it. Right? Watch them all be $5. Yeah. So anything below 5, I don't know if we can get to anymore. It's just impossible, everybody. Like, the show is just too many. I'm gonna, you know what I mean? And I don't want to piss you off and you leave the show and be like, he didn't do my super chat, you know. Cup and handle the 1 hour thoughts. It looks bullish to me. Kids crush it, fish. Yeah. Brent, check out Superfruits. I love it. Christian LaCroix is turbo finished. We went over that. First off, God bless you, Sam. There's new people in the game starting today. We went over that in depth. Moonshine, thank you. Kids crushing fish 199. Margaret Ness, thank you for the XEN. Hype on the 4 hour. Thank you, brother. Looks pretty good. Amp on the 3 day. Cup and handle moving fast, not for holding the long. Quick PYTH TA, it's been consolidating for a while. Can you look at SWIV? We look at that too. Yep. What's up? We looked at VTHO from 82. Shout out to Nerky 530, Alt F4, Blaze 420. After hours investing and everybody in here. I guess you can just start if you want. I guess I don't know what to say, you know, but. I had supercharged XEN over the past week. Unito, GM, RWAX, if you could please. We looked at that. We looked at PAAL from Hulk Solana. We looked at TEMA from Charles. TEMA holders are getting airdrops every month for 10 months plus KuCoin listings coming up. Easy 20x. I guess. I don't know, man. I'm not sold like you are. Jimmy Bitcoin. I hope it does that well for the people holding it. Deep. We got deep in there. We looked at Landwolf from Brandon Garcia. Yes, definitely. AI definitely can overshadow the AI coins and dilute our gains for sure. But that's why you got to get in and move on. Like, that's why I'm not diluting my gains. I'm moving into AI agents. It'll pay for the loss and more. And then if the market rips up, it all makes sense. So, can we look at ADA? This guy said in near protocol. We got prepaid team. Yeah. Can you check Ondo on the 4 hour? Yep. Love that too, brother. Bless all the lifers of the families. Amen. Cosmic Dreams. We love you. Thank you. And I love all you lifers, man. I don't want anyone to feel upset. So can we look at RIBBLE? And can you look at Gander? Arc Block. Today it's just too many. I'm swarmed, man. I don't know. It's too many. It's too many. In about a month, the bot should be available. Brett, please, can you check out how low can it go? AI tech update. It's too many, guys. I can't. Today, I got to be honest. I just can't. I got a guy here that needs to put in a thing behind me. He's waiting on me inside my house. And I really say that, right? I don't like saying that, but is anyone pissed that I can't do your super chat? Put a 333. Are you pissed? Are you really, really upset? You know what I'm saying? I went over TRAC. It looked horrible. Let's look at Cardano on MEXC. So I believe this is the last chance to grab some Cardano. However, if Bitcoin takes a tumble, the whole market's going to dump. So if this was separate by itself, or there was no Bitcoin, I'd say, yeah, great spot. But we got to watch what Bitcoin does. You know what I'm saying? So I'll finish them all. I don't like to say I can't. I'll just get through it. Who cares, right? But let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. I'm so blessed that many people give me a super chat. I'm grateful. So I got to show my gratitude here and work my butt off, man. I remember there was a day, you know, I actually watched that guy. We all deserve a styrofoam cup. He says, you'll get to levels in life. And I didn't really agree with the statement, but I'll say it anyway for he said it. He said, you get to these levels in life, you know, like you become a banker, you become top levels in life. And someone will bring you a coffee. Someone will bring you a drink. You'll have assistance, right? And you'll feel all highly of yourself. And he goes, that's not for you. That's for the position that you're in. Like that is designated for the person that fills those shoes. Like that person gets those things to them. But you deserve a styrofoam cup. He said, you always remind yourself that you deserve a styrofoam cup no matter how many people bring you what you know. I don't know. I thought it was kind of, I don't know. I like to raise my standards. I don't think I deserve a styrofoam cup. So I look at it differently. Like my way to be humble is a little different than that. But, you know, that was his thought process. It was just something that I saw and, you know, kind of pass it on. Near in a beautiful cup and handle at the point of control at $5. Can it hold? You know, I like it right there where it's at. Right. Oh, RIBBLE is a new one on XRP. I like that. XRP memes. That's interesting. RIBBLE, $2.9 million market cap. The last few we found did very well, right? Phoenix and the like. So, a styrofoam cup. Currently caffeinating. A styrofoam cup. You know, this looks interesting. It's in a flag right now. And I like flags. You know me. I flag stuff like that, and it's likely going to moon. So, I see that pumping to the upside here. Honestly, this looks good. See the cup and handle? And then it's in a bigger channel with an uptrend inside this bigger flag. You may be onto something here, and it's got a tiny market cap. You know, the last one, you know, easily could go to, I don't know, 50 million, and that's a 25x or 30x. If it goes to, you know, if it goes to 660 million, you're getting about a 20x, right? That flag looks beautiful to me, and it looks interesting. RIBBLE on XRP. All right. So if anyone's just thinking of an XRP meme, that's a new XRP meme right there. And then last but not least, ABT. That thing is trash. Like, but that dude is the worst. I don't even care, man. But Arc Block Protocol, man, ABT, I'm all set. It was a nice swing trade back in the day, but it thing has just tanked. Right? A lot of people still believe in it at the bottom. So there was a cup and handle there. I don't know. I personally am not a huge fan of the project. I'm not a huge fan of the TA. It just doesn't look good to me. Right? And with so much projects out there, some coins just, you know, and maybe it bounces huge and you're like, this is the best place ever and you missed out. And maybe you're right. But for me, it's just not my coin. If it does go up, 550 is the target, 558. But it's just not my coin. All right. Bitcoin bouncing. I love it. Let's just take a look at Bitcoin one more time before I get on out of here. And then I'm going to jump. So Bitcoin, like I said to you guys, like today is a point where like that has to be the bottom, the local bottom. If it's not the local bottom, we're in for some trouble. Like, you know what I mean? And why would we be in for some trouble? I thought the market's ready to rock. So I don't understand, right? When I think of it logically, but it is what it is. So we're looking for this flag to break back to the top of the channel. And I did say there's a short there on the 15-minute, but if that cracks the 200 MA, then there's no short, right? And there's a little bit of bullish divvy there. And again, I am not in a trade, so even though it looked like the probability was short, I have to tell you, that's what the probability was. Look at the lower high. That's nasty. At the same time, there's a low. That's a high. That's a higher low in the set. We bounce off the bottom of the trend line. And I did say this morning, like, I expect to bounce to the top of this. Like, I expect this to bounce back up. I expected this to bump at like 2 a.m. last night. I was pissed that they didn't run. I was like, man, you know, my model didn't play out. That thing plays out 90% of the time. How are you going to not play out? Like, I back-tested you for years. But it shows you even I lose. We all lose. Nobody wins every time. And if you did, you wouldn't be a human being. All right? So, again, if you really believe in things, it's time to, like last night, I did open up AI projects, right? So I'm not shy. I'm still opening up positions, but, you know, Bitcoin's still at 1039. It's been there the entire show. So I don't know what to tell you. It's been flat all day. If it can't get above the 200 MA, look for downside. And it looks like we're just in for some chop here. And at the end of the day, the tighter we get, the closer we're going to get to that pump or that dump. And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It can't last more than, 11 hours. So a big move is coming for Bitcoin, and it's coming pretty soon. I'd say 5 to 6 hours. We're going to find out whether we dump or pump out of this thing. All right. And there's going to be a lot of people that take positions on either side. Yeah. Official Trump going to hit it at all. Don't miss a chance. 400x incoming. Maybe. You know what I mean? Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to jump on out of here for the day. Shout out to the 1,073 people here on the chat that put the like in. I think there could be even more of you. There's almost 3,000 people here. 2,396 people still kicking it with me all the way past 12 o'clock. That's unbelievable. $158 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. I love you. I appreciate you. I care about you. And I thank you so much for everything you've given me and done for this channel. I couldn't have done it without each and every one of you. Let's be honest. So everyone have a great night. Have a great day. Stay focused. Let's see if this higher low can kick it in for us and we can get that pump to the upside for Bitcoin, baby. And only time will tell. All right. I'll see you all later on in the trading group throughout the day and into tonight, as I always am. And I love you guys. Thank you so much for your most precious asset, which is your time. Remember, you know what the secret to success is, right? It's getting started.